What's up guys, and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about Tracer and how to pulse bomb better with her and how to get more used to landing your pulse bombs, getting some sticks, or even throwing them on the ground. If you can't land a good stick, throw them on the ground near a target where they'll walk into it and die instantly from the pulse bomb. Let's get right into it. So first things first, say if there's like a Moira, for example, or a Reaper. You know how they have Rave? Reaper has Rave and Moira has Fade, right? So as soon as they use that ability, you're going to try to stick them, right? That's what I do a lot. Is every time when I see them and they use Fade or the Reaper Rave, I always want to pay attention to that, keep it in my brain. And when I do have Pulse Bomb, I always try to stick them. So I would like double blink and then try to stick them, right? And say if you can't do that and you're having a tough time doing that, even if they are out of their Fade and they're out of their Wraith, they're slow moving targets, right? They're slow moving heroes. So what you could do is blink and then just throw your Pulse Bomb on the ground right next to them. And for the most part, they're going to die from it just because they can't get out of the way of it because they don't have Fade and they don't have their Wraith ability, right? And that's what I want to say is that a lot of people think, oh, you always have to stick people with pulse bombs. You always have to stick them. That's the only way to kill people with Tracer's pulse bombs. And that's so wrong. No, you can always just like blink. You can throw it on the floor next to them and they'll sometimes walk into your pulse bomb and die, or they'll just die from the pulse bomb if they are low HP, if they're around it. So you don't necessarily have to stick everybody with your pulse bombs, but you know, obviously sticking them will guarantee the kill unless they have Suzu or something. Definitely throwing it on the ground near a enemy that can walk into it is also good as well if you're not that good at throwing pulse bombs. Or I do like doing this as well. So say if there's an enemy right here and I blink right here really fast or something like that, then I usually aim up in the air because this is going to throw your projectile of the pulse bomb way farther. And it's a projectile, right? So it's your ultimate. So instead of throwing it like this, you see how it goes like right here? Then if I throw it farther though, if I throw it like this, it has more of a loop like that. So it can hit targets way easier because they could be jumping as well. They could jump right up into it, and the hitbox from the pulse bomb could, you know, land right above their head. So it's way easier to attach onto somebody instead of just going like this where you just throw it straight. And as you can see, it's going to have a little bit, you know, closer leap. So it's going to go a shorter distance and it's going to hit their toes. So you don't really want it to hit their toes. You want to hit their like mid chest to almost their head height, just because of how the hitbox works. So I always like doing that, and it does help out a lot. And also if they are a little bit farther away, you could like literally stick somebody from all the way over here if you throw it. As you could see, that's a really far stick. And I usually like doing that too if I'm like farther away from an enemy than I TP'd. So say, or blinked. So say if I blinked right here and I'm like, oh shoot, the enemy's too far away, let me just try to chuck that like that. And it's mainly a flick. It's more of like a flick. I like blink and then flick up real quick and then just chuck my pulse bomb. And also make sure your pulse bomb is of course on the shift key. It does help you out a lot, and your blinks are on the right click. So you can just blink around while also moving your keys around and throwing your pulse bomb. It does help out a lot having it on shift. You did not know already. Never use Q for Tracer's pulse bomb. It really does not help you. It's going to make you harder to move, and you can't use your A and D keys while you're pressing Q, right? It's going to be weird. So yeah. Also, I usually go into training range if I'm really trying to practice for a game or something like that. I usually go into training range and just blink behind them, right? I usually do this, and then I just do it slow. You don't have to do it fast. You can do it slow like that. You get used to that. You'll get used to blinking behind somebody like this and then instantly flicking around and throwing your pulse bomb. You know, it does take some time to get used to, but certain heroes, you can do it easier on tanks. You can do it easier on supports since they move a little bit slower. They don't have that many abilities to get away. Things like that. Just come in here and just keep blinking behind these bots like that. And just, you know, just keep getting your pulse bomb over there by the ultimate charges or whatever you want to do, or just kill these bots and get your pulse bombs. But just keep doing that over and over again with your pulse bombs. And you'll get that muscle memory into when you're in a game, you'll know the distance to blink into that person to have your character end up behind them instead of in front of them. So what I mean by that is like, obviously like this, see how I was in front of that bot? Instead of that, you'll be like this, you know, you'll be behind them instead of blinking in front of them. It's basically blinking through them basically. And it helps you with your pulse bomb a lot more because they're not going to see you coming if you're going to blink right behind them and then stick them from their back. And then you can recall instantly and get out of there, or blink away if you don't have recall. There are other techniques, as in if you're on high ground, you can stick somebody way easier. In my opinion, I feel like it's easier to stick somebody when you're on top of high ground. And what I mean by that is I kind of like blink off. So say if there's like a person right there, I would blink, and then fall, and then stick them, right? So that does help out a lot if you're on top of high ground, because it just lets you fall down and lets you predict where they're going to be, and it's way easier to hit them with your pulse bomb because you're in air. It just gives you a bunch of more time. So say if this friendly bot was an enemy, I could do blink blink and then just like that and stick them. Just as soon as I'm getting a little tiny bit close to them, I stick them. And that's, again, using the shift key. The shift key is going to help out a lot with that, with your movement and all of that. Also, there is these other blinks that you can do, like going around corners. I do like doing this sometimes. It is a little bit more difficult for newer players with Tracer and trying to learn your pulse bombs. But once you get it down, it's really, really useful. So say if you're on top of high ground somewheres on one of these maps, and you're up here, and say if there's enemies around here where these robots are. So what you want to do is this. Blink, blink, and then do that. I could do it faster, but I'm just showing you a little bit slower just because, you know, trying to teach you. So once you're up there, you go blink, blink, and then you can stick somebody. So say if there's like a tank over here, like a Reinhardt or, you know, something like that. Say like a Reinhardt. Reinhardt's got his shield up. He's low HP. You want to stick him, right? You go blink, blink. You go blink, blink, and then you're right here. And then you can flick your mouse real quick, just like you practice over there, over here. And you could flick your mouse real quick, stick them, and then recall instantly, get out of there, and then you kill them. This is a little bit more advanced, I would say, but it does help you out with getting your movement down. So if you want to go over here in training range and just practice this, and, you know, just practice this with your pulse bombs. So wait until my blinks are up, and I'm ready to go around the corner, right? So say if there's enemies right here, they're shooting me, shooting me, shooting me. I go like this. Easy, right? And usually, I like, instead of like trying to blink into the corner, which I just showed, I kind of like blinking like this way, you know, on the last one I did. So like, for example, you know, instead of blinking around the corner and hitting the wall by accident, I usually like going out and then in. It seems a lot easier going out and then in with your blinks, if that makes sense. Yeah, with Tracer, you always want to pay attention to the Kiriko. So they do have a Kiriko, or they have a Lucio B or a Zen ult. You mainly want to try to pulse bomb the Zen, of course, just because you want him to pop his trans ultimate. You don't want him to use his ultimate for any other team fight. So your pulse bomb trading for a Zen using his ult is really good. So you always want to try to make him pop that by sticking him. And most Zens will, you know, just spam their Q button. They'll spam their alt button just to stay alive after you stick them. And that's really good that you make them waste their ultimate, right? Same thing with like a Lucio beat. Same thing with like a Moira. So the thing with Moira is it's a little bit trickier though, because she's going to be in her fade and she's going to have fade up. So if she does ult and she uses her fade though, as soon as she ults, say if she ults, she gets a little weird, she uses her fade instantly. You could go up to her, blink twice, and try to stick her while she's in her ultimate. You can do that and kill her. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult. But like there's Brig, you know, Brig is going to have her ult up and then you can stick her and then she'll pop her ult. You know, there's just so many heroes that you can force them to use their ultimate with, even like DPS. You know, any character basically in this game you can force ultimates with your pulse bomb. And pulse bomb comes up so frequently and comes up so fast because you are on Tracer, so it's a little bit faster than other heroes' ultimates that come up just because it's just a pulse bomb. And it's so hard to hit that if you do hit on a target that has a trans or has a, you know, Ana ult or something like that, they're going to want to use their ultimate before they die, right? So you denying that and you making them freak out and be like, oh my god, I'm about to die real quick. In their head, they're going to think that in a split second while they're stuck. So they're going to want to smash their Q key. They're going to want to ult. And sometimes they just don't have enough restraint in their body to not ult somebody. So they're going to spam that ult key and use it instead of saving it, which is the smarter thing. If they have time, of course, if they're going to stay alive from your sticky bomb. But in that split second, it will change the game's flow, and you'll win a lot more games if you do that. If you stick the right targets, like the Zen, like the Ana, like the, you know, any targets like that, you'll basically win the game. Even tanks. You could stick tanks, go up behind them, stick tanks, and it'll force them to back out of the situation just because that pulse bomb is going to hurt them a lot, right? It's a pulse bomb. It's your ultimate. It's going to hurt them a lot, even though it's not going to kill them. Like a Reinhardt, say if Reinhardt was full HP, you could blink in there, right? Blink, blink, and then stick them, right? Stick them. And then what's he going to do? He's going to be half HP now. Now your team can push on him and kill him, or he's going to have to back up. You can use your ultimate that way as well. Instead of just trying to get kills with it, you can use it as a, you know, making your team push forward a lot more with your pulse bomb. you can't make it like that, or like a Roadhog, you can stick the Roadhog real quick and then tell your team push in. I just stuck the Roadhog or something like that, and they can kill the Roadhog way easier just because your pulse bomb did a humongous amount of damage to them. It's not that much negative that you're getting from that because you are on Tracer. You get that ultimate so fast, like I said, so it's way easier than, say, like a Hanzo ult or a McCree ult or a Soldier ult. All these characters, or like a Genji Blade, it's way easier to get your pulse bombs up way more frequently than any other hero in the game. So for their ultimate, so it's easier. You might as well just throw it out and try. And also, I forgot Mercies. If you do get into a Mercy and she's flying around up here, this is why I want you guys to practice this, like going on top of high ground, sticking people below. So you can like even do this and then like, you know, something like that. Right there, I was gonna throw my sticky bomb. You could like aim, I could have aimed up and threw it like that, but I wanted to get more blink in because I knew if that was a real person, they would have tried to go the opposite direction. They would have tried went that way since I was right here, right? So I blinked behind them, stuck them, and got the stick, right? So you can practice up here on top of high ground right here. Just keep getting your pulse bombs up from here. You could literally practice over here. Just keep getting your pulse bomb up and wait until these robots come and stick them from high ground. And I was saying with Mercy, this is going to make you practice for a Mercy since you're doing the falling mid-air pulses, right? So this is going to make you learn how Mercy moves. Basically, Mercy's going to, you know, shift in and out. She's going to be flying around, and this is going to help you stick her. So if you're on top of high ground and she's on top of high ground, I usually do this against a Mercy because I know Mercy's going to be in the air. I like blink, and then try to stick her wherever she is. I try to stick her. If she was like closer, I would have blinked twice. She was, you know, even closer, I would blink once. It just depends on where she is. And if you keep doing this thing right here where, you know, you just blink in, you shoot a little bit, and then you blink back out. I usually like, while I'm dropping, I usually like shooting them. So for example, I usually like do this. So say if this is a person right here, I go like this, and then I stick them, and then I recall instantly, right? So I usually like shooting them a bit with my clip and then sticking them just because it's going to get a bunch of more damage in, a little tiny bit more damage in that at least, and then they'll blow up from my sticky bomb. But yeah, that's just going to train you a lot to kill the Mercies while they're mid-air. Same thing with like a Pharah. That's like a really like crazy one though, because Pharah is so far up in air. Or like an Echo and things like that. You can get really cool pulse bombs on them. Especially a Mercy though. Mercy will fly into her team with a pulse bomb. I have had that happen so many times where I would stick a Mercy in mid-air and then she would fly into her team and kill like 2 or 3 other people with my pulse bomb, and it's a huge clip. It's insane. It looks so cool. And that's what you're aiming for in Tracer. You're trying to get to that point where you get that good where you can stick people in midair and just be so cool, right? And win the game, of course. Now, I don't use this as much, but you can go on top of high ground and like throw your pulse bombs over an edge. So say if I'm on like a bridge or something, or I'm on like Eichenwald or whatever you call that map, and you're on top of that little bridge at the starting of the map, and say the enemies are over here and then your team is like this way on the bottom, you're on that little bridge, you could like, if there's an enemy under you and they're shooting you, you could like literally chuck your pulse bomb and try to stick them. That is a more risky one though. I barely use that just because it's so risky, but you could, you know, who knows, you could if there's like a Ana down there, something that's standing still, or if there was an Ana down there, say if you're on the bridge and there was an Ana down there, you could literally just go blink and then stick them. Sometimes I do wait a little bit to blink. I kind of like jump off the edge, wait like a half a second, and then blink just so my character can move a little bit further. So I don't have to blink twice. I can get closer with one blink. But yeah, so let's get right into the gameplay. I am going to show you guys some ways of pulsing while in game. Let's see what happens.
Mercy. Oh, they're both half up there. Watch your res. Watch your res. Nice.
So right there, I tried to stick the Mercy, but I accidentally stuck the Soldier, and that's just because I aimed up a little bit, and I kind of wanted to stick either or, so it didn't really matter. So whichever one I got, and I got the Soldier just because I aimed up a little bit, got that little arch in, and got her, which is a really good pick, and then killed the Mercy, and then of course went after the LRE. But right there, I was just setting up then my pulse bomb, being really patient, watching how they moved, and just blinked in and set it up.
Rest no gold. Oh, nice. Watch your res right here. Window. Nice. I got point.
So right there, I tried to stick somebody, and I went in and got the Alari as soon as she kind of jumped up and did her little burst ability where she gets away from people. And I kind of just like TP'd in, blinked in, did my little trick I do in the training range where I just flick around, stuck somebody, and there you go. I almost got the Mercy with that as well, but I couldn't really get to the Mercy because the McCree's sitting over there and camping her, so I couldn't really kill the Mercy as well. She rezzed her, so I wanted to kill her, but couldn't because of the Cassidy. So just rather stay alive there, and we won the point. Right there, I just did a very long pulse bomb. I just aimed up in the air. Like I said in the training, pretty easy. Right there, of course, just line them up, kill them with a good little stick. Gets a little entry into killing everybody else for the fight, and then you win the point. I just basically like sat over here, waited until I got a good little angle on him to basically blink in, stick him real quick. He's not looking at me because there's a Baptiste ult right here, the window, so he was hiding from that, so we couldn't really do much.
Got their gear. Just 5 point fast. Nice, you're done. Okay, well,
Right there, I basically just threw my pulse bomb just for the lulz that little fight right there. As you can see, I blinked into the McCree and made sure I got really close to him and just threw my pulse bomb right into his stomach. Oh, Suzu!
Q1.
She's not dead. Nice, GG. That McCree, by the way, at the end, I don't know how he doesn't die from my pulse bomb. It's die, man. But as you can see, I saw him ulting the Cassidy over in the far, and I did a little double blink on him, stuck him real quick, did my training where I would flick around every time I'm blinking behind the target. I just knew where he was going to be and knew where I was going to be when I blinked on him, and got an easy pulse bomb stick and won the round. I don't know how he didn't die though. Okay. Another easy pulse there. He's gonna get rezzed. I can't really do anything about it. I think my Lucio's on him. Actually, Lucifer is my soldier. Obviously, I was far away right here, and I did like a little triple blink, and then, you know, I kind of got stalled out here because I didn't have enough blinks, right? That was my mistake of not having, you know, that in mind, of looking at my screen basically. So I messed up a little bit, waited a second till my next blink came up, blinked in, stuck the Ashe, which was a easy kill for me.
I'm on Mora.
This guy's weird.
I'm on Mora right now?
Stuck him at the end just because my team is down one more, so I had to get that pick right there just so my team can push that bot a little bit farther. But as you can see, I kind of blinked around, found where the Reaper was going, blinked up into him and behind him, did a little flick on him like we practiced, and easy pulse bomb. Off the trans because I stuck him.
Oh my god.
And was very, very patient, like I am being right now still, of course. Oh my god, freaking god dang it. Well, at least I got the nice stick on the Cassidy. I didn't know the D was going to randomly ult there. Luckily I did get rezzed, but that was 2 blinks on the McCree, or the Cassidy, keep calling him McCree. So used to it. But yeah, that was 2 blinks. Kind of used my A key as well to get around to him, and then threw a nice little pulse bomb. Arched it a little bit up in the air and got a nice little stick. So right there, I wanted to kill that Zen, right? He was up in the back of the map, and he was just sitting up on top of high ground by himself. So I did a couple blinks over there. Bam, stuck him real quick. And then it went back into killing the enemy team. Other than that, there you go. You can see it again. A blink, blink, blink. Did a little turn flick, just like in training mode. And there you go. I just focused people. Focused the Doomfist since he was hacked. Easy kill. And then went after the Tracer, chased her, and killed her. Pretty easy. You just always want to look out for those situations where you can get an easy pulse bomb. And even if I did stick him, he didn't die because he used trans. That's still a trans ult that he used. And now he's on the low ground, of course, trying to help his team with his ultimate ability. And then he's just going to die right after. I'll just go right after him. So yeah. So there you go. That was some clips of me playing Tracer with using the pulse bombs. I didn't want to put too many clips in here because it's just pulse bomb after pulse bomb after pulse bomb, right? So that's how you play it. If you need any more help, please leave a comment down below. I will definitely be helping everybody that comments down below in this video of a scenario or whatever you need help with your pulse bombs, and tell me what you're doing wrong and I'll try to help the best I can. Also, you can always join the join a button that I have on my YouTube channel. It is a little pricey just because it does take a lot of time out of my day to do these type of review type of videos, which I will want to do. Whoever joins the join button for that coaching tier, which I will go and review your video, and then I will basically tell you what you're doing wrong on Tracer or any other hero for that matter. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, you can always leave a like. If you're not already subscribed, you go and hit that subscribe button as well, and then hit that bell icon to get notified whenever I do upload a brand new YouTube video. And yeah, have a great day and or night, and peace.